My family and I recently moved to a new home, and the options for high-speed internet are lacking. The fastest game in town will be via a StarLink dish. What makes this install particularly challenging is that I want to install this dish on the back end of our house, since it has the best view of the sky, and then run the cable all the way to the study on the other side of the house. This will require me to build a path in the attic so that I can make the 121-foot run from the dish to the study. Alright, so this is the little frame that I just built, raised up above all these lines here and the pocket lights. These are 2x6s, and then this is the big ledge that we're talking about, and that's the door that gets in way back over there. So I have these little stair stringers. I'm going to bring them down, and then we're going to deck this out so they can make it all the way back there by that water heater. That water heater is above a closet. That closet's where we're going to run the StarLink line because it's on the wall of the office. So we need to make it all the way back there. The hardest part of getting across the attic was this drop coming off the HVAC platform. What I like about getting this path built is that it gives me easy access to the second water heater, since right now the only way to get to it is with a manway hatch in the closet. Alright, so we're making progress way back over there by the door, and to the left in the corner way back in there is where we're going to be putting the StarLink on the roof. We'll bring that cable all the way above the HVAC, probably along this ridge line here, and all the way back over here by, you can't really see it, but in the corner over there is where we drop into the office. What I've done so far is I've contended with this ledge here. We got some stairs coming down, and I'm on a little platform here, and now all I gotta do is kind of make an intelligent build back over here to this other platform where the hot water heater is, and then we'll have a fully traversable attic here. So that's the goal. Once I get that done, we can start running the StarLink wire. So I'll save you all the time and just say that I did get the rest of the attic path complete. I went ahead and unboxed the StarLink components I ordered, which included the fascia mount, the standard dish, modem, power block, and an additional extra long 150-foot cable. Following the directions, I drilled 2 pilot holes for the lag screws and attached the base of the bracket to the fascia. Then I snaked the cable through the bottom of the mount, through the mounting arm, and into the back of the dish. The mounting arm slips right into the bracket, neatly snapping into place. There is a tensioner for locking down the mount in a specific orientation and a bottom plate to close the base of the mount. Using some screw cable clips, I tidied up the cable under the eave, all the way to around where we'll be entering the structure. Here comes the hard part. We have it mounted up here on this corner. The cable comes across and comes across the side here. And what we're going to do is we're going to drill it into the wall and down into the attic. This guy right here is a vent, and I know where that is in the attic. Just to show you all what it looks like on the attic side. And here, that is the vent. And we're going to come 1, 2, 3 bays over, and we're going to try to snake that wire down behind this insulation here, and then we'll be into the attic. And then we can go all the way across the attic over there by that other water heater. Once I got on the roof, I realized I would actually be dropping down on the left side of the vent in the attic. I measured so that I would be in the middle of the studs and then drilled a 1-inch hole. I then spent some time here trying to fish my cable and fishing tape down the wall, but realized that I kept contacting something solid. Honestly, at this point, I was a little discouraged because I realized this project just got more complex. But I regrouped and went into the attic to investigate. One stud over is the bay that we drilled into. Now, I just went over there and noticed that there is a piece of 2x4 or top plate or whatever you want to call it, blocking our entry. All right, so this is our bay right here. You can see I pulled some of the insulation away. And if you get in tight, you can see that there is a 2x4 up there. It's a top plate to this stud cavity. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a hole about in the middle of that, and then we'll see if I can snake through it. This hole actually took me a bit of time to get drilled due to the awkward angle and the fact that I was standing on ceiling joist. To get an idea of what I was doing with the fishing tape, I bit the bullet and put a hole in the sheetrock right above the hole I drilled in the top plate. This allowed me to guide the fish tape right on through. I then duct taped the StarLink cable to my fishing tape and pushed it all through the holes. Alright, there it is. We finally made it through. Yep, made it through. With the cable pulled through in the attic, I finished my cable management on the side of the house with screw clips, making sure to include a drip loop below the entry into the structure. I found these little split cable glands on Amazon, which in my opinion really adds a layer of professionalism to this install. I put some silicone all around the insert, including the split, and then inserted the entire assembly with the cable into the wall. To repair the drywall, I screwed in a backing board and then affixed the drywall puck to it. Then I used some all-purpose to fill in the gaps. Later, I came back and sanded this smooth before applying a second coat of all-purpose. In the attic, the hard work was over. All that's left is running the cable along the ceiling joist. I used some cable clips along the way to keep the cable neatly tucked up above the HVAC. When I got above the closet that is adjoined to my office, I was able to slip the StarLink cable through the same space that my security system wires are already in. Then I just followed the directions, connecting the power supply to an outlet and the StarLink modem, then plugging in the cable we just ran. After that, I used an Ethernet cable to connect the StarLink modem/router to my home mesh system. All that's left to do is to get on the roof and use the StarLink app to orient the dish appropriately. This install took me a day of tramping around in the attic, however, it was well worth it. My area only has services that provide 25 megabits per second, and this was simply not cutting it for our family. Depending on the time of day, the StarLink dish provides 150 to 350 megabits per second download speeds and up to 18 megabits per second upload. I hope anyone looking to install a StarLink system got something out of this video, and if you did, please hit that like button down below and consider subscribing to the channel. If you're looking for some of the products used in this video, I'll make sure to put affiliate links down below for your convenience and because they help the channel with some revenue when y'all use them. Until the next time, this is Redbeard Engineered, signing off.